Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Put it here. Smaller ones. Both. Put that upside down. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Jashodanandana Pradajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tera Vanachare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Jashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tera Vanachare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Radha Vallabha, Radha Vallabha, Radhe. Jagannathaya Jagannathaya Baladevaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranidhai 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 Jaya Gauranidhai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Nirago Haribol 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 Go Haribol Nitago Haribol 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 Go Haribol Jai Shri Radha Vallabha Ki Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Shri Shri Gauranidhai Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Nidai Gaura Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nastapreshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama-sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistike. So we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 18, King Yayati regained his youth. Text 50. Tameva Ridi Vinyasya Vasudevam Guha Asayam Narayanam Aniyam Sam Nirasihi Ayajat Prabhum Tamevari Devinyasya Tamevari Devinasya Vasudevam Guhasayam Vasudevam Guhasayam Narayanam Anyamsam Narayanam Anyamsam Nirasir Ayajat Prabhum Nirasir Ayajat Prabhum Tameva Ride Vinyasya Vasudevam Guhasayam Narayanam Maniyam Sam Nirasir Ayajat Prabhum Tameva Ride Vinyasya Vasudevam Guhasayam Narayanam Maniyam Sam Nirasir Ayajat Prabhum Varidevinyasya Sudevam Puhasayam Prabhu Mataji's Tameva Vinyasya Vasudevam Guhasayam Narayanam Aniyam Sam Yasayajat Prabhum Tameva Vinyasya Vasudevam Guhasayam Narayanam Aniyam Sam Nirasiri Ayajat Prabhu Tameva, him only, Ridi, within the heart, Vinyasya, placing, Vasudevam, Lord Vasudev, Guha Asayam, who exists in everyone's heart, Narayanam, who is Narayan, or an expansion of Narayan. Aniyamsam, invisible to materialize, although existing everywhere. Nirasihi Yayati, without any material desires. Ayajat, worship. Prabhum, the Supreme Lord. This translation. Please repeat. Without material desires. Maharaj Yayati, worship the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart as Narayan and is invisible to materialize, although existing everywhere. Purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. King Yayati, although externally seeming very fond of material enjoyment, was internally thinking of becoming an eternal servant of the Lord. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurun Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kamta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyayavacha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So you're most welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. And this chapter is King Yayati regained his youth. Now Yayati is coming back to his senses. You want to worship Narayan, Vasudeva. And the next verse is saying, although he was trying to satisfy all his desires, lusty desires, but he could never satisfy it. So, because this is the Yayati syndrome, it still exists. Even this time in Kali Yuga. We call it the Yayati syndrome. People want to remain young and enjoy life, right? But unfortunately, there is always some warning. Material nature is giving warning, right? It's like we have cyclone, and you have cyclone. In my country of cyclone, so then they give warning. Warning 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the maximum, highest speed of wind. The first warning that nature is giving is birth. Birth itself is a warning that there will be death. It's a warning. Material nature is giving. Birth itself is a warning that there will be death. One who is born will have to die. One who die will have to be born again. Jatashahe dhruvam ritur dhruvam janma mitasacha. This is a warning already that there will be death. Let's say there is a announcement. You're flying, okay? You're flying in the flight. There is one announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt. And there is a warning that there will going to be, ladies and gentlemen, in 1 hour there will be air crash. Shocking, right? Don't worry, we're going to serve you some nice food, a feast with rasgulla, puri, sabji, But in 1 hour there will be a crash. Okay? If one is there, what will he do? Is he going to eat? Can you eat? What would you do? Huh? You don't know. Open the door. Of course, people would say, would pray, right? You're going to pray because trajectory might change. Similarly, this announcement has already been made by Krishna. Bodhi crash. Jata shahe dhruvam mrityur dhruvam janma mritasacha. The body is going to crash. Krishna has already announced it. But what are people doing? Eating the food. They don't care about it. So nature is already giving some announcement, some warning. The first warning is birth itself. When one is born, two things are stamped on his back. date of birth and date of death. But unfortunately, we celebrate only one. So, and the second warning is what? Disease. Disease is a warning that there will be death. And what we do? Just put some ointment, some medicine, fine, I'm okay. And the third warning is what? Old age. Old age means there will be death. And what we do? We do plastic surgery. Right? I'm still young. And the hair is getting gray, we paint it black. I'm still okay. And the fourth warning is death itself. It's too late now. Right? Nature is giving some warning. You know. So that syndrome is there, very much there. In Kali Yuga also. People want to be young. You know, give me your useful and enjoy and take my old age. Let me enjoy and you suffer. Right? It happens also even in parents. They want to borrow the youth of their children to enjoy. I mean, that is everything in life. For example, when one is a baby is spoiled, right? That's a time when they're spoiled by the family. And at the age of 5 to 16, then the parent become very strict. And when they become young, they can enjoy life. They enjoy life. And the parent, they have to sacrifice life for the benefit of the children. They can't continue enjoying. When they were young, they were enjoying, but now they have to do some sacrifice for the benefit of the children. And then when he gets old, he becomes dada, grandfather. And then they also take care of the grandson, granddaughter. There is time for everything. We cannot remain always enjoy life till the end. Right? So there is thing for everything. There is time for everything. And nowadays people want to remain to look young. All kind of camouflage, dresses to be able to do this young, to enjoy life. I heard one true story from Bibi Govinda Swami Maharaj. He was saying one time there was a lady. She was bedridden, almost going to die in hospital. She was about 50 years old. And then Yamdut came. And she was praying, please, 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 please be compassionate. Let me live more. Let me live longer. And then they gave her 50 more years, to live. Yamdut or Yamraj gave her. Very compassionate. And then she got better and she went home. And then she was thinking, now I'm better and good health. And I will die when I'm going to be 100. Now I can enjoy. She started to enjoy and putting nice young dress to look young, like 18. She dressed so much that she was looking like 18 years old girl with high heel shoes, right? High heel shoes and lipstick and nice wig. And she was looking like 18 years old girl. Said, I'm not going to die now, so I can enjoy life. But the same week, just a few days after that, she had an accident. And she died on the spot. And the Yamdutas came again. And she became upset with the Yamdutas. What happened? You're supposed to be giving me 50 more years to live. Now, I'm dead. And the Yamdutas looking. Oh, that's you. That's you. I could not recognize. Sorry. That's not only for ladies. It could be also for the men, right? I heard that story from Bibi Govinda Swami Maharaj. This is the Yayati syndrome. right? They want to enjoy more and more in their life, although getting older and older. And this boon, this benediction received from Śrīmad, is it a benediction? Is it a boon? Is it really a boon? You know, because this is a world, it's a world of duality. Something auspicious can be also inauspicious, and something inauspicious can become auspicious, because it's a world of duality. You know, it's not absolute. You know, what we call benediction, you know, boons is not necessarily be absolutely a boon. A boon can be also a curse. Or a curse can be also a boon, because that's the world of duality. You know? Just like now, he was cursed to become old. And he also got a boon he can become young. Is it a boon, really? You know, when he become young, then he is enjoying. So is that really a boon? Is that really a benediction? Because this world is a world of duality. A benediction can become a curse. A curse can be also a boon, a benediction. It's a world of duality. In the case of Maharaj Parikshit, he was cursed to die in 7 days. Was he a curse really or a boon? So he took the opportunity. He left his kingdom. And he went to the forest, he went to the Ganges and to meet his spiritual master and listen to Śrīmad Bhāgavatam for 7 days. And went back to Godhead. So is that a boon or a curse? Understand what I'm saying? Somebody may get a lottery, lots of billions, trillions of money, dollars here. But if it is not used properly, so it can be also a curse, right? Like money griva and nalakuvara. How do you say that? Absolute power corrupt? Absolutely. Absolute power corrupt? Absolutely. Because they were the sons of the treasurer. Who is the treasurer? Kuvera. And they start to enjoy life. They went even to Kailas to enjoy in Kailas. Because previously Kailas belonged to his father, where Lord Shiva is residing. They enjoyed there, they were enjoying with ladies and drunk, they were also drunk. I mean, in Kailas you don't find alcohol, you don't find drink there. Where did they get their drink? They imported. You know, and also they imported the ladies to enjoy with them, because Kailas is a sacred place where Lord Shiva is staying. And Narad Muni was going to Kailas to meet Lord Shiva, right? To have his association. And he saw these two, they were bathing in the river naked. And Narad Muni gave them curse. But that curse was a blessing. That curse was a blessing. What happened? That they were touched by the lotus feet of Krishna in a courtyard. That's a benediction. That's a blessing in one sense. That's what I'm saying. A curse can be a blessing can be also. Yes. One time Prabhupada was traveling by train. There were two businessmen, Indian businessmen, and they wanted to come to Prabhupada, ask for mercy, for benediction. Businessmen, eh? But the aim of asking blessing is something different. So he said, Prabhupada, Swamiji, give kripa karo. And with Prabhupada there were some devotees, sannyasis. Prabhupada said, if I'll give you my blessing, then you will become like the sannyasi. Do you want? Then you will become like them. With shaved head, tilak, kantimala, dhoti, kurta and japamala. Do you want this, my mercy? That's what you will become. And the two businessmen, thank you, Swamiji. And they disappeared, you know. Because sadhu is meant to give what? Not material benediction. Sadhu is meant to give spiritual benediction. Right? A sadhu is meant to give spiritual benediction. So again, that because the world of duality, a curse can be a mercy, you know, a benediction can be also a curse. At that time, one time there was, you heard of Akbar and Birbar, right? So Akbar was in his room. Birbar is a minister. And Akbar was in his balcony. So he slipped, accidentally he just slipped because there was some water. And there was one wasp that was flying and he just trying to spare and he just slipped and fell. But before he fell, he saw in the morning from his balcony, he saw that Dhobi. Dhobi was doing washing. He saw the face of Dhobi from a distance, and the Dhobi also saw him. You know, they saw each other's face. And the king fell, broke his legs and hand. And he was bedridden next day morning. And some of his ministers, other ministers came and asked, how did that happen, our dear king? He said that I fell down, slipped and fell down. But then they asked, who was the first person you saw in the morning? Whose face you saw in the early morning? And then the Akbar said, I saw the face of the Dhobi. And they said, my dear king, this was inauspicious. The face of the Dhobi was inauspicious for you. So give us the permission, we're going to chop off the head of the Dhobi. Because of him that you fell down and broke your hand and legs. And that was inauspicious. This is why we have to come for Mangalarti. Right? The very first face that we should see is Krishna's. And then the Akbar said, okay, you do it. Go and chop his head. And the message has been reaching to Dhobi that they are going to chop his head because the king saw him early morning and he fell down. And the Dhobi was in great anxiety. And the Dhobi went to find the search for help from Bilwar. And he told Bilwar, see what is happening. They want to chop off my head because the king saw my face early morning. Now they're going to kill me. Please help. And Bilwar said, don't worry. I'll arrange everything. Perfect. And then Bilwar came to the king and said, Akbar said, my dear king, I heard that you want to chop off the Dhobi's head to kill him because you saw his face in the morning. After seeing his face, then you fell down and broke your hand and leg. But let me tell you, my dear king, that Dhobi saw your face early morning. And now his head is going to be chopped off. So your face is more inauspicious. You saw him, you fell down only. But because he saw you, now his head is going to be chopped. Who is more inauspicious? The king. So the point I wanted to make, that this auspicious, inauspicious, it is a relative concept in this world. Because it's a world of duality. Because sometimes cursed is a boon in one sense. We see the example of Parishit Maharaj, right? He left and meeting his spiritual master and then went back to Godhead. There are many examples like that in history. What is Kunti Devi asking? Give me more suffering. I can remember Krishna. Because here, Yayati also, after enjoying so much, he was not satisfied. Matirna Krishna Parata Satova Mito pibayeta grihavratanam adanta gopir vishatam tamishram punaha punaha charvita charvananam. Matirna Krishna parata satova. Adanta gopir vishatam tamishram. Those who are not able to control the senses. Adanta. Not danda, but adanta. Not able to control, to punish the senses. They are making progress. What progress? They are going to Vishatam Tamishram, hell. They are making progress going towards hell. Those people who are not able, but the Griha maidis, they are making progress going towards hellish planet. That's the progress they are making. Adanda Gopit Vishatam, they are entering hell, hellish planet. Vishatam Tamishram. Punaha Charvita Charanana. Not able to control the senses, and the inclination to Krishna consciousness does not take place by their own effort, by the help of others, or help of both. Inclination towards Krishna consciousness does not take place. And what they are doing? Chewing the chewed. Chewing the chewed? What does it mean? They are chewing something that has already been chewed. Many things is produced in America. They already chew it, and it comes here. I would try to chew again. There is no juice. Like chewing gum, no? No, okay, sugarcane. Sugarcane, what do you call that? The leftover. A byproduct, right? And that can be used again, for fuel, something. They use it for fire. But chewing gum is troublesome. You chew the chewing gum, you take the juice out, and then there is no juice. That's what it is, this world. The rasa of this world, chewing the chewed. And after chewing the chewing gum, it is troublesome, right? Remember when we were small boy, small girl, was school, who just take the chewing gum and stick it everywhere, even on the chair of your friend, and it gets stuck in his shoes or hand or clothes, and he tried to take it out. It got more entangling, right? Remember that? When we were smaller, So even after chewing, after taking the juice, it is troublesome. It's chewing gum. And you're giving trouble to others. This is what it is on gratification. Punaha charvita charvananam. Again and again and again and again. You're chewing. Punaha, again and again. This is not new what we see nowadays. Right? All the gadgets, little models, handy. It's not new. We have already chewed before. Now we are doing punaha charvita charananam. There's no juice. Juice is gone. Right? So, yes, this is why even Yamunacharya, he was an Acharya before. His name itself saying Yamuna Acharya. He was Yamuna Acharya. So, and then he became a king. So Yamunacharya, how did he become a king? Because he was Acharya. He wanted to save his spiritual master's honor. He was called. And he was called to challenge the king. And the condition was challenging the king. If he win, then the king have to give him half his kingdom. And he came and challenged the king. The king's pandit. He defeated the king's pandit. And then the king has to give him half of his kingdom. That's why he became the king after. Although he was a Acharya. But then he became the king. He was ruling half of the kingdom. Right? You know how he defeated the pandit? Interesting. So he defeated the pandit, the king's pandit. or some question, 3 questions altogether. You know, he has to prove that the Pandit asked him, you have to prove the opposite, right? You have to prove the opposite, that the king is not sinful. What he has to prove? The king is? No, opposite. He has to prove that the king is sinful. How can you do that? You know? So he said yes, because the king in Shastra, it is said the king takes how much sin of the citizen? 1/6, right? He has to take 1/6 of the sinful activity of the citizen. So the king is sinful. He's proving that. Now he has to prove that the queen is chaste. The opposite. He has to prove that the queen is unchaste. How can he do that? The king may be going to kill him. Yes, according to Shastra, it is said that in the king's body, there are 7 demigods reside. Right? The 7 demigods reside in the king's body. So when the queen is serving the king, she is also associating with other 7 people. That's how she is unchaste. I mean, 3 questions were there. And the king was defeated, and then he got half of the kingdom. And when he got half of the kingdom, he was managing that kingdom. And when managing kingdom means he has to deal with money and wife and woman and money. He became completely materially carried away, you know. So, but now he's saying that since I'm engaging in devotion, how he came back was very interesting. How he came back to again Acharya as Acharya, because he was so engrossed in the management, in dealing with his kingdom, peoples and money and women, became so much absorbed, and the sadhus were not able to meet him. Now is a great personality. Even his grandfather, who was a very pious, his grandfather was Natha Muni, wanted to meet him. They could not meet him because now he's a big king. And the grandfather has devised one way to be able to meet him. What he did, he found some kind of spinach, bhaji, spinach. And that kind of spinach, when you eat, you come in a mood of goodness. Maybe you have to find this spinach. One become in the mood of goodness after eating that. So this Natha Muni, the grandfather, asked for one brahmana. You must go every day, go to the kingdom of Yamunacharya. You meet the cook, and you give him that spinach. That after eating, you will bring one to mood of goodness. So the brahmana would do that. Every day he would go and meet the king's cook. The cook he can meet, not the king. So you give him that spinach for free, don't charge anything, and then you come back. So that brahmana was going every day with that spinach to give the cook, and the cook was cooking and then feeding the king with that spinach every day. But slowly the king was becoming into the mood of goodness. But one day, Natha Muni told the brahmana, you must not go. One day, only one day, you don't go. You stay at home. But the king saw that one day he did not get that spinach. He's asking the cook, so what happened today? You did not give me spinach. And the cook said, one brahmana used to come, he used to bring that bhaji, that spinach, but today he did not come. And he comes and bring it for free. And then the king, he said, next time he comes, you bring him to me. So then the next day he came, and the cook told him, Brahmana, the king is calling you, needs to meet you. And that's the time when the Brahmana was able to meet the king to send a message that his father wanted to say. And the king asked the Brahmana, why is that you're bringing this bhaji, this spinach every day, and I don't pay you for that? Still, you do it voluntarily. Why? Why is that? And then Brahmana started to say, I have been sent by your grandfather. What's the name? Natha Muni. He sent me to meet you, to talk to you, and is asking you to resign, to give up his kingdom, to give up and go back to preaching. He was Acharya, Acharya. You go back to preaching, because that time there were many Mayavadis also rising. So you must come back. You must go back. Just give up your kingdom and come back and serve, preach, devotional service. And that's how he came back again. And now what is he saying? Since I have been engaged in serving Lord Krishna. Since means he was not doing service. Now he's saying, since I have been engaged in serving the Lord. And realizing newer and newer rasa. Nava rasa. Right? Since I've been engaged in devotional service and realizing newer and newer rasa. Nava rasa. Even Krishna is also. Krishna is Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adhyam Purana Purusam Nava Yovanam. Ever fresh. Nava rasa. Newer and newer rasa. Newer and newer pleasure. Since I'm being engaged in devotional service, realizing newer and newer pleasure. And every time the thought, lusty thought could come to my mind, I spit at the thought. He's spitting, because that thought, that thinking, lusty, is insignificant. Tucham. Prahlad Maharaj said it is tucham. Right? Tucham. It is insignificant. When one actually, that becoming insignificant, when one is tasting newer and newer rasa. And I spit at the thought, and my lips curl in distaste. No, that's what they say. My lips curl in distaste. One other time when lips curl in distaste, when you're eating something bitter, right? Karela? When you're eating something bitter, then you feel like that. Lips curl in distaste, right? Something very bitter you eat, and the lips curling in distaste of that. So that's why Yamunacharya is saying, every time my mind thinking of sex, I spit at the thought. Of course, this desire will always come. Lusty desire will always be there. I think it was Bilwar himself asked. Now, Akbar asked Bilwar, up to which age these lusty desires affect somebody? He said, up to the end of life. Right? Up to the end of life. So, but then, he's saying that now age, when we speak about age, okay, that's also a relative concept. Who is old and who is young in this world? That is also a relative concept. Because if somebody is 80 years old, right, and someone is 18 years old, get this point, 80 and 18. When the 80 years old man becomes 81, what happened to this one? How old is he? 19. When he becomes 82, this one becomes 20. Now who is growing? Who is getting old? Huh? Both. Same speed. They can be getting old at the same speed. This one will become 82, this one is coming 20. Now the 82 years old man is going to die, right? And then after dying, he will come a baby. And this one is 18, 20 years old. Who is old? Who is young? This one is dying now, 82, now he's dying. He's going to die. And then he becomes a baby again. And then the other one is getting older. So young and old, it is a relative concept. Everything is relative. Even time and space, they're all relative. Time, we say, what is the time now? 8:30. In my country, it is 5 o'clock. So it's not absolute. Space also is a relative concept. What we say north, what you say north, it is south for other country. That's also a relative concept. It's not absolute, right? You see? And Prabhupada said, old age, what is the meaning of old age? Prabhupada said, old age means near death. Old age means near when someone is about to die. Now the question comes, when is death come? Which age? Anytime. Even if you have 1 year, you're already old. So we're old enough to die. Anytime. You're old because old age means near death. Right? But death comes anytime. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So this is how here Yayati, King Yayati now is coming back to his senses. Although he was trying to change, nowadays is also like that. This the Yayati syndrome. People want to look younger and they want to enjoy. And this is quite shameless here. It is very shameless for Yayati. He goes to his son after getting that boon. He said, "My dear son." That's how he addressed his son. "My dear son." If you have dearest son, you're supposed to be doing some welfare for him. You're supposed to be doing something good for your son, right? But what is he asking? This is really shameless. Is he asking, give me your youth and take my old age. You suffer, let me enjoy. His syndrome is very much in Kali Yuga, we see that. But of course, Yayati is a king. That's is a mercy also in disguise, we can see. Mercy in disguise. And even suffering also a good devotee, he knows how to transform adversity into opportunity. Right? Transferring adversity into opportunity. I remember one time Indradumna Swami Maharaj, he went to visit, that was in Russia. He went to visit his disciple there. And there was two Matajis. One is a doctor, and doctor was 50 years old, mother was 80 years old. And the doctor was bedridden. She was sick, not working. She had some problem. For 6 months she was bedridden. And then Guru Maharaj came and asked, "How are you?" Regular answer. What is the regular answer? "I'm fine." And Gurudev said, "How can you say that you're fine? You're bedridden for 6 months." And that Mataji said, "Gurudev, Krishna has taken everything from me because she's not working. She's Puna. Mother is taking care of the daughter. Krishna has taken everything from me. But Krishna has given me time to chant Hare Krishna. That's what I can do only. Bedridden, you can't do anything else. But she can chant." So when Gurudev heard about this, tears flowing from his eyes. And Maharaj said, "I suppose to come here to inspire them. But instead, I'm getting inspiration." And Mataji, the mother, gave an envelope, thousands of rupees in Russia, money. And Maharaj wanted to return it back. seeing the condition of the daughter. And the mother said, don't think of returning this back. This is our seva to Gurudev. So this is called transforming adversity into opportunity. There will be always impediments in life. Lust will always come. Desire will always be there. And what is Yudhishthira Maharaj saying? Who asked him? Dharmaraj asking many questions, 100 questions. But one of the questions he asked, what is more than the leaves? Leaves, the leaves on the trees? Can you count? But there is something more than that. What is it? What was the answer? Desires. He said, desires are more than the leaves. You cannot count the leaves on the trees on the whole world. You can't count. But he's saying the leaves, you can't count. But what is more than that? It is desires. So these many answers are there. And another question, famous one. What is most amazing? Ascharya. What is the most amazing thing in this world? And he said, Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam. People, we're hearing Sok Samachar every day. People are dying. This is called Sok Samachar. People are dying, and I'm thinking I'm not going to die. Every day people, gachanti yamalayam, they're entering hell, dying and going to hell. But I think I'm not going to die. I'm going to live forever. So this is amazing. Wonderful, So, yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur also speaks about amazing. What is most amazing? In one of his songs, he said that when my body drop dead, when I'm going to die, my body is going to become like sport field for the jackals, dogs, and the vultures. And they will be delighted. And they are going to have a huge feast of my body. That's not going to happen to him, but he's saying like that, humbly. When my body is going to drop dead, it will become feast for the jackals, vultures, and dogs. And then he said, what is most amazing? Because sometimes if you ask people why you're working so hard, they say, no, not for me. It's for my family members. Not for me. It's for my family members. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, what is most amazing, those relatives, my family members who belongs to me, they are going to have the same destination. This is most amazing, he said. They are also going to have the same destination. Even we think that we are working hard for them. No time to chant Hare Krishna. But they're also going to have the same destination. And what is Kulakshekar? Mukunda Mala, Stotra. He made one mala, not of flowers, but of stotram. He made one mala made of garland of stotra, means mantras. And he offered it to Mukunda. That's why this book is called Mukunda Mala Stotram. And he said, what is amazing in this world, people are giving up the life-giving nectar and drinking poison. They give up the life-giving nectar, they are drinking poison. And he said, addressing to his mind, oh foolish mind, why are you still, you're old, you're still looking, your liver problems, you're old, hair's getting gray, still you're looking for medication. Take that medicine, the elixir, Krishna Rasayan, that never fail. What is that medicine? Krishna Rasayan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He said like that. Why are you looking for medication? Take this medicine, the medicine that never fails. Sometimes you buy medicine, sometimes it works. Sometimes not. But here he's saying, Kulakshakal, take this Krishna Rasayan, the elixir, the medicine that never fails. And this medicine will give us a body that in the future we don't need to go to hospital again. right? They're going to get a spiritual body, right? And you have a body. So this is why here, Yayati also now is coming back to his senses. Now he's saying this verse, no? What is his name? Vasudevam, 2 names are mentioned. And Narayanam, Vasudev, Prabhum. He's going to worship them with full faith. Hare Krishna. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki. Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Anybody have any comments or any question? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the nice class. Maharaj, you mentioned how for a devotee curses can also turn into a blessings. So as we see in Parikshan Maharaj's case. So I wanted to ask, how do we know that in life when wrong things happen, how do we know whether that's a blessing or a curse that Krishna is using to purify us, or is that a reaction of karma and offenses?
Yeah, it's a good question. Tatte nukampam susamiksamano. You know this verse? Kritam vipakam. So it is said that Brahmaji is saying, because we are suffering in this world, he said one who accepts this suffering as his karma, and waiting for the mercy of the Lord, liberation become his rightful claim, right? That's what the verse. Muktipade sadaya bhakt. Muktipade. So liberation, one who accepts whatever is suffering and waiting for the mercy of the Lord, we have to accept, because his suffering is all due to our karma. All suffering is because of our karma. We can't blame anybody. I give the example, if you eat a nice rasgulla, you like rasgulla, and sometimes you're eating, you bite your tongue. It's painful. Now who do you blame? The rasgulla? Maybe the one who has cooked the rasgulla. It is your own action. Suffering is all our action. That's what King Kulaksekara said. We're getting what we deserve. We can't blame anybody. It's all our action. You know? So he said like that. We get what we deserve. It's all our action. So then, but karma can be changed. No? How? Devotional service. Devotional service has the power. Bhagavad Gita has 5 truths. Ishvara, Jiva, Kala, time, Prakriti and Karma. There are all four the eternal, but karma can be changed. You know. So whatever happened, but yes, at times the suffering also helps you. It pushes you towards Krishna. Krishna is always good, whatever he does. Even Durga is punishing. She doesn't like that service much, but she's helping the jiva to come to Krishna. She has got this, how do you call? Trisul, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, and is punishing the living. Because she's the superintendent of this jail, this world. You know? Gatekeeper, jailkeeper. She's punishing the living entities. But she's doing right job, is pushing them towards Krishna. But because people are so ignorant, they don't even coming back to their senses. She is, you know, like in school you have some hard teacher and soft teacher. Some soft teacher, they're very soft. And sometimes you get hard teacher. So soft teacher teach you the lesson first and then give you the exam. You know what hard teacher does? Give you the test first and you learn your lesson. We'll get a kick. Durga is kicking because she is a hard teacher. You know, she is a hard teacher. She is kicking the living entities. So is giving the test first, then they learn their lesson. Lesson comes after. Maybe some accident happened, disease, problems, That's a test. And then we learn our lesson. That is Durga. She's a heart teacher. But she is also helping the living entities to come closer to Krishna. Sometimes we need kick. We don't come back to our senses. See, Yayati also got kicked. Sometimes we need that. We're not pure devotees. Sometimes it's required. And then we come back to our senses. And then we won't do it again. So sometimes it's required. Pure devotees don't need that. No. Normal people, they push. Hare Krishna. Okay, any points or question? Yes, Mata?
Thank you for the class, Maharaj. I was trying to meditate a bit about the process of dying. And as practicing devotees, we hear many times dying before dying, dying before death. So maybe could you like to give us some tips how to lose fear to death?
How to prepare?
Yes, because it will come.
Yes.
So losing fear, because the fear reduces suffering and...
His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj one said that what we are practicing in Krishna consciousness is not the art of living, but the art of dying. The art of dying is more important. The whole Bhagavatam speaks about the art of dying. We see even Maharaj Parikshit, he left, he went to the made spiritual master. So that's the art of how to die, right? Because he asked a question, Parikshit Maharaj asked a question, two questions he asked from main question, Sukadeva Goswami. He said, what is the duty of everyone, right, in the Varnashram? And then the second question, what is the duty of someone who is about to die? He asked this question. And Prabhupada said the second question is more important. Why? Because we are all about to die. 7 minutes, 7 seconds, 7 minutes, 7 years, 70 years, all the same. So we are all about to die. Prabhupada said the second question is most important. What is the duty of someone who is about to? Parikshit is about to die, but we're all about to die. Right? So then he said about another time, one time I went to one place, there was a lady, and she was asking me a question. She said, my uncle is bedridden. He's in coma. But we are very, very afraid. Why is not going? Why is he not leaving his body? They are afraid, such kind of people who is breathing heavily also. And I say, no. You should not think like that. That's the proper time, precious time, moment to help this person to go back. Why do you want him just to go, just to leave his body and go? Then I'll be free from anxiety. No, I said, you must prepare. That's precious time for him. When you go to school, you study for maybe 10 years, 15 years. But how long is the exam? 1 hour. You've been studying for 20 years, but the exam is 1 hour. That's what is life about. The test of life is the moment of dying. Yam yam va pisparam bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram. So at the end of whatever you think that you'll obtain. So I told her, you must prepare. Prepare this person. You do kirtan. You light some incense, you put some pictures of Krishna near him, put some tilak also, possible also kantimala. Prepare him to leave the body. That's a precious moment. That's what we say, the art of dying. Everyone in the scriptures, they're teaching, they're showing how to die. Because then yam yam vapisparam bhavam tyajati ante kalivaram. Whatever you think, that you become. Somebody was telling me, they're saying now, whatever you eat, that you are what you eat. And somebody was telling me, Maharaj, then I will eat human being. Then I'll become human being again. No, so the point is, it's very, very important, this the last moment in life. Yam yam vapisvaram bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram. So preparation, that is preparation, what we are doing, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Because it is said, when one is dying, it's like the feeling of being beaten by 10 million scorpion. One being beaten by some wasp is so painful, one wasp. But what to speak of? 10 million scorpion. That's the feeling, the pain that one gets at the time of death. Can you think of Krishna? Impossible. That's painful. Even now, if your heart is cut, what to speak of being beaten by 10 million scorpion? Difficult to think of. But if we don't practice now, then it will become possible. Hare Krishna. Srimad Prabhupada ki, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Nidai Gaur Premanande. You know, many times we speak about to become sin.